Hello and welcome to Capital Online TV. My name is Anita Nderu and these are the stories making headlines. President Uhuru Kenyatta on Friday constituted a 9-member panel to commence the replacement of ethics and anti-corruption officials who stepped down from office. The panel is chaired by Supreme Court Judge Smokin Wanjala and includes the National Gender and Equality Commission Chairperson Winfred Lichuma, Kwagwiri Mbogori from the Kenyan National Commission on Human Rights, and Titus Nambuki from the Public Service Commission. Others are Aidan Wachu from the Interreligious Council of Kenya, Gladys Kianji representing professionals, Kennedy Kihara from the Office of the President, Marianne Kimani Njau from the Attorney General's Office, and finally Peter Coley from the Media Council of Kenya. The Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution is threatening to push for the disbandment of the National Assembly. The CIC says it contravened the law by rejecting Monica Juma as a nominee to the position of Secretary to the Cabinet. CIC Chairman Charles Nyachai says her rejection was not based on the set criteria under Article 73 of the Constitution. CIC further accuses the National Assembly of abusing its powers and pursuing selfish interests in rejecting the nomination of Juma, who was highly qualified for the position.
I'm not myself persuaded that there is a problem with the Constitution or that there is anything wrong with the powers that the Constitution has given to Parliament. The problem is that those who happen to be members of Parliament are grossly abusing those powers that are given to them. So the problem is not with the Constitution. The problem is with those who occupy those offices who are abusing the powers that are given to them. Because whatever you do, there will be powers. However many changes you make, there will be powers and authority that will be delegated to Parliament. That is what representative democracy is about. But if those powers are going to be abused, then you'll just continue having the same problem. As a commission, we on our part intend to seek legal action, such legal action as may be necessary, to ensure that those who have abused their offices in this manner are dealt with in accordance with the law, including being deemed unsuitable to hold public office.
And in other news making headlines, the case facing Deputy President William Ruto has been included in the agenda of the African Union Summit to be held in Johannesburg on Sunday. The union is likely to take a common position calling for the termination of the case against the Deputy President on the basis of the prosecutor's application to have the statements of those unwilling to testify admitted into evidence. An application which Ruto's lawyer has challenged on the grounds that the rule which provides for that should not be applied to Ruto's case by agreement of the Assembly of State Parties. They also argue that it contravenes the rules of natural justice which accord the defendant an opportunity to challenge the evidence. The DP was in Kilifi County celebrating 2 years of devolution.
Nia ya ugatuzi, the principle behind devolution is so that development can be anchored on locally developed priorities. Sio kama tunaelewana. Yaani maendeleo hapa Kilifi isiwe mambo ambayo yamepangiwa Nairobi. Iwe ni mambo yanayohusu wananchi wa Kilifi hapa mashinani. Nyinyi ndio mnayojua sehemu gani hakuna maji. What is the priority in your ward? Is it water? Is it the road? Is it the health center? Is it the market? What is the priority in your area? That is what you need to bring to the county government.
And now we take a look at the business news, where manufacturers have raised concern over the increased tax on fuel, pointing out that this will lead to an increase in prices of products in the country. Hako Tiger Brands Managing Director Peter Kang'ethe says the increase in fuel will raise the transportation costs to manufacturers, which will then be transferred to the consumer. Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich increased the road maintenance levy by 3 shillings a litre of petrol and diesel that will be paid in the Road Annuity Fund. Kang'ethe was speaking during the big back-to-school promotion rewarding ceremony, where top 5 of the 403 countrywide winners were being awarded.
The biggest issues that we face as manufacturers is the cost of doing business in this part of the world. Key among them is our energy cost. It's still very high compared to other manufacturing areas like Egypt, even South Africa. So if the government can fix the issue of energy cost. And we appreciate, there is a move towards geothermal power generation. We've seen a drop in the cost of power. We know government is investing in Lamu. So if we can get the cost of power down, then that will really help the manufacturing industry.
And finally, on to the sports news. Kenyan javelin superstar Julius Yego is among top athletes expected to light up the IAAF World Challenge in Rabat on Sunday. At the recent IAAF Diamond League meeting in Birmingham, Kenya's Julius Yego smashed the African javelin record with an almighty world-leading throw of 91.39 meters, moving him to 9th on the world all-time list. The performance came under controversial circumstances, however, as it was originally deemed to have landed outside the sector, despite there being no white line to indicate that that was the case. And that is all we had for you today. For the latest on these and other stories, log on to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV. Do remember to subscribe and leave your comments and suggestions below. My name is Anita Nderu.